ምን ታውቃለህ እስኪ አሁን ስለ ጎንደር?
ስለ ጎንደር አሁን እኔ ማውቅ ስለ ጎንደር ብዙ ነገሮችን አውቃለሁ።
ጎበዝ ልጅ።
ከነዛ መካከልም አንዱ ይሄ የአፄ ፋሲልና የእቴጌ ምንትዋ ቤተ መንግስት እንደሆነ አውቃለሁ።
ጎበዝ ልጅ። ደግ አንተ የተባረክ ልጅ ነህ። ጎበዝ። ስንተኛ ክፍል ነህ? አንደኛ ክፍል ነህ። ሌላ ምን ትማራለህ? የቤተ ክርስቲያን ትምህርት?
የቤተ ክርስቲያን ትምህርት ቄስ ትምህርት እማራለሁ።
ቄስ ትምህርት። እስኪ የተወሰነ ከተማርከው የቄስ ትምህርት በልልኝ። እሺ ጎበዝ።
ከደረስኩት እስከ ሮብ ከደረስኩት አንድ ልበል።
እሺ
ውዳሴ ለእግዝእትነ ማርያም ድንግል ወላዲተ አምላክ ዘይትነበብ በዕለተ
Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing? Hope everyone is doing great. Today, I'm happening here live to showcase this beautiful and most amazing famous cities of Ethiopia. We are here in Gonder. So, today, for this video, I'm just gonna take you a tour into this city's iconic and symbolic heritage of Gonder as well as the country Ethiopia, and we can say it even for the continent Africa, as it is the only palace that I'm gonna show you found here in Africa, particularly in Ethiopia. It earned the name the Camelot of Africa. So today we're gonna just visit and explore together with this video this historical symbolic heritage of what Ethiopian palace, which is called Castle Fasilides, the royal enclosures of the old-time kings of Ethiopia. We're gonna just explore and discover these amazing gems of what Ethiopia built in the 17th century. So we're heading to explore that. But before we just dive and get inside to explore this castle of what a palace, I just need to find a place where I can try and eat a breakfast. Once then we came back and explore. First thing is first, and I have to get a breakfast as it's early in the morning here in Gonder. I need to grab a breakfast, then we back and explore deeply and clearly these amazing gems of Ethiopia. Let's go and find a place where we can eat breakfast. And I get one house here. Let's go up and check it. Huh? ራሴን ነው የምቀርጸው አባ። እሺ people are here friendly. He's asking me what I'm recording. So I get one here. We check. I don't know what a nice is here. Hello bro. Salam Nash. So this is a room where I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Hello. Come. Dash? They know. Kursala? Arif Kursala? Let's do it. Thank you. So we're going to enjoy our breakfast here. Let's see what a breakfast we can get. And the house is so good. It's well organized. And Gonder is known for an amazing finger-licking food cooking, so we're going to enjoy. And at the same time, I'm going to showcase about how the food is amazing here in Gonder.
Special film ምንድን ነው? እርጎ ይሆንበት?
I don't know. ምን የስጋ የሌለው ነው? ዋይ ስጋ ምን አለ? ስጋ ምን አለ? Okay, so ሌላ በቃ ሌላ ሶሪ ይቅርታ ምን ሌላ ምን አለ? Oh, that's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. To choose the best food I'm looking to eat, I mean the breakfast, where I check the menu. And let me show you the food items available on this menu. So guys, got here one. It's called special fisik full. I'm just gonna go for this one. Special full. Special የፍስክ ፉል ሁለት. Thank you. Food is ready. ስምሽ ማን ነው? Rahel Sterling ማለት. So guys, the food is ready and this is the food. You can see how nice and appetizing it is. This one is egg, yogurt, and some spin I think, and we got some chili. So we're going to enjoy. Let's do it, bro. Seems very interesting. This is my food, bro. Let's enjoy. And this is a bread. I bring with this one. Seems so interesting, bro. Let's try. Let's see it.
She's beautiful, right?
Yeah, exactly. She's beautiful. She's so kind. I like the treatment. Thank you, Rahel. We appreciate it. What a delicious breakfast. The food is so nice and I appreciate it. We come again. Thank you. So guys, join me as we are together exploring these amazing gems of Ethiopia found here in Gonder. So join me and let's head and get into this royal enclosure and discover this amazing historical heritage. It's all actually registered as World Heritage by UNESCO. So we're going to explore together this historical site and destinations of Ethiopia, and I'm heading into that. Stay tuned. We are already inside this amazing palace. We are in the royal enclosure of Gonder. This is called Fasilides. So I'm around the main gates of the king. There are different gates for this palace, and one of the gate is called the entrance of the king, or Janber, Janber Yenugusber, is to mean the gate of the king. What I have heard, there is a big tree called Warka in Ethiopia, and this tree outside, it ages like 400 years. And when King Fasilides come and found this palace here in Gonder, he just built his tent in this tree, and this tree gets a name called Jantakal. So what you see here, this is the gate of the king, and this is the gate the king comes to his palace. I'm gonna show you that. So all the thing what you see around, this is the palace, but now it's under restoration. You can see people are building, constructing this, you can see at the back. So you know, when we talk about the history of the city, King Fasilides was the founder of this city. You know, before that, Ethiopia was in a temporary administration center. You know, after the downfall of King Lalibela, or the period of Lalibela, you know, for some years Ethiopia was not having a permanent seat for their governors or for the kings, and after the coming of what Emperor Serse Dungil, Gonder was founded as permanent administration center, and the point where we are standing right now was founded by King Fasilides, and he was the first king who founded and built his palace here, the palace what you see over there. I'm just gonna show you that close up. So right now there is a renovation, I mean not renovation, there is restoration, you know, as it gets old, and there were a lot of what distraction or threat of something on losing this amazing gym. Currently the Ethiopian government take action in restoring and maintaining the palace to be what it has to be. And so you can see at the same time what's going on or takes place right now. Hello. So salam. So this all construction what you see is a part of what the restoration activity, and this greenery, something like that what you see right now was not like this in the old time. I mean, like before a year or before this restoration program started, this was not like this. So guys, that's the first palace or building built by King Fasilides in 1632. So you can imagine how amazing is Ethiopia in civilization in the medieval age. Do you see? This has a shape of what? The shape of Noah. It's amazing. You can see. And here what you see, which is right now under restoration, was bombarded by the British force when Italy occupied Ethiopia from 1935 up to 1941, during the period of King Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. You know, England and Italy were in against each other, and England was stand by the sides of Ethiopia, and as construction what you see was not like this. Now they are restoring what has been lost by the bombardments of the British force. You know, when Ethiopia was occupied by the Italian force in 1935 up to 1941, England was by the side of Ethiopia, and this place were used as administration center or command centers of what the Italian force. And to remove this force, England just bombarded here a bomb, and a destruction happened, and that's what these people right now trying to restore. Now, coming from the gates of the king, you got this arch that will let you to enter the main palace that you see there. The palace of King Fasilides. Yeah, construction. Not construction actually, this is restoring, you know, restoring, maintaining and fixing the existence of this amazing palace, which was built in the medieval age, in the medieval period. So this one, what you see, this is Castle of Emperor Fasilides, who leads and founds this city from 1632 up to 1667. Salam. Come on, bro. So let me show you. This is, you see, look, this architecture and engineering is quite mind-blowing and beyond my capability of what speaking about this amazing master artworks of what engineering here in Gonder. So let me show you. So this is a gate into the palace. Now it's closed, as you can see, it's under restoration, and I can't get into and show you the inside, but on the ground there are around 20 rooms that has been used for different purpose. So maybe let's close up, even though it's not allowed to get in, but there are around 20 rooms that has been used for different purpose. Look at this one. Salah. So this is, yeah, people are constructing right now. መግባት አይቻልም። እሺ 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 በርቱ በርቱ። እሺ እሺ So this greenery is what you see on the ground is an effort of what restoring and making more nice for tourists to visit more, something like that. So it's very interesting work we're observing right now. So you can see, anyways, you can see the structures of this amazing palace. So this is what you can read. It says, you see, Castle of Emperor Fasilides 1632 up to 1667. So guys, that's the balcony. On the top you see is a stage that the king used to send his message for the people standing or collected around this space, you know. Around this space the people could be gathered or collected, and then, you know, the spokesman of what the king received the message from the top, the top balcony, and he sent the message to the people. The down balcony, what you see, is the balcony for standing, the spokesman of the king. Man, everything is designed in a very amazing manner. And on the top, maybe, I don't know if you can see, on the top, that's a viewing tower, you know. It was the spot for standing for the guards or any people if there is some traitors coming around, so they can view, being on the tops of what this viewing tower, their neighborhood surrounding, you know. So this is how this amazing building is constructed. After King Fasilides, his child Emperor Johannes was the second leader, and Emperor Johannes built this castle also. You see, this Emperor Johannes is not actually, he has an appropriate name due to his character. He's known as Saint Johannes because he was a righteous and very calm person. He was not just force the people to pay tax, something like that, during his period after his father, you know. So he got such a name as he was very humble, religious and righteous man. He got a name called Saint Johannes. From 1667 up to 1682, he built this castle, and he was very known for his humbleness, religious and spiritual personality, and he was so beloved by his people, you know, as he was not just impose any tax, something like that, on the people. He was just do job workers for his soldiers, you know. So he was a very humble king, and that's why he got such a name called Saint Johannes. He was the child of King Fasilides. And this one, you see here, and this one is a library. It's an archive. Guys, Could you imagine? In the 17th century, those kings have this library, an archive where the different books could be documented and kept. Look at this. Ethiopia has a lot of books, some medical books. There are books called the glory of the king that talks about the king's glory, and civil code, how just these kings can administer and lead their people. Such different important books were documented and written by the different writers or elites here in this palace. This is a library, an archive room made by King Fasilides. Could you imagine? This is the royal archives, man. It's amazing. So let's walk around. Let me show you walking around this amazing palace. You can read it now here. This is Royal Archive of Emperor Fasilides. You see, this is an archive room for keeping and writing the books, different medical books that talks about medicine, the glory of the king, civil code, how to just administer the people, something like that, how to maintain the power of the king, was written on this archive. Look at the structure. You're all? I'm gonna show you the other castle, which was built by childs of Saint Johannes. This is the castle of Iyasu. He's a very powerful and great king, who he just capable of expanding his kingdom up to Egypt. Almost we can say the Horn of Africa, East Africa, was under his administration, and all the neighborhoods or the countries found in the East Africa currently were under his kingdom, and they just pay tax. And let's close up and show to my people this castle. Close up. Come on, come. Let's show them close up that. You can see the shape of this castle over there. It's horse saddle, as he was very hero, warrior, and his father, as I told you, who was humble and virtuous person, and he never imposed any tax to the people, you see. So when he came back and feel like imposing tax to the people, that was a kind of problem. And so in order to do that and enforce this tax on the people, he has to use sometimes power, and that's why he's named as a hero or Iyasu the Great, as he was expanding and capturing other neighborhoods in his kingdom. So that's the castle what he has built, even though it was faced some destruction by the England or by the British force bombardment when Ethiopia was occupied by Italy from 1935 up to 1941. This place or this palace was used as a center of administration for the Italian force. And in order to drive out and dismantle this force, England bombarded this place and some destruction happened. Now it's under restoration. So let's go and show them close up. You can see Ethiopia has this amazing gym, this amazing palace in the 17th century, and that's why this is termed as the Camelot of Africa, as there is no other this kind of palace in Africa. This is the only palace or royal palace found in Ethiopia, in Africa, and that's why this palace gets or earned the name the coming of the prophet. Come. We are heading into the castles of Yasu the Great. You know, the shape of this structure is something like a style of what horse. As he was a hero man and as he was a warrior, he used to fight with his horse. As horse was very instrumental during this period in fighting, even in one-to-one combat fighting, they used horse, and he just constructed in such a manner in the shape of saddle. Yes, the great. Thus, his grandfather's palace, and this one, the grandsons of King Fasilides. All the kings who just lead the country being on this palace, put and build, construct their own palace. I mean, their own castle. This is one weakness, but we can't get in close and show you the inside. As you can see, this is under restoration, yeah? So let me take them to the other side. There's a lot we can discover and show to our people. Ethiopia, what an amazing country. And the other thing, what I can tell you, you know, all the structures and signs what you see on this construction has its own secret. It's mysteries, you know. For example, if you see something on the walls of this building, it has its own specific meaning. It's not simply just they do this like this simply. They have their own reason, and every the construction what you see is designed very reasonably. That's an amazing art, you know. You know, all the signs and the meanings of the structure on this palace or on the castle are basically related to the meanings of what the Bible, you know. Those old kings were a strong Orthodox Christian. They just put everything in relation to the biblical script, you know. They get the meanings from that. And for example, I told you that one, you can show to them the first castle, Castle of Fasilides, has a shape of what the ship of Noah, you know. So it's still there in the Bible. So this one, what you see around here, you know, the destruction happened, you see. The destruction happened, as I told you, when British bombarded from this palace. Come, let's show them another thing here. And inside this palace, we got a lot of trees, you see? So those trees are still a sanctuary. You can get a lot of birds. But it has such a function at the same time. Those trees surrounded the castle. Come on, let's show this. So we can say that civilization started here, bro. So this is Adiam Seged Yasu's palace. This one, you see. This is Adiam Seged Yasu's palace. I told you. You know, after Yasu, his child, King David, coming to power, and he built this theatrical hall. You see, that one is a hall for holding and hosting different religious songs and secular music activities. And that's where the beautiful cultural identity of what Gonder arises from. This was the spot where those, rich cultures of Gonder was begin to arise down. Let's show them closer. This is a hall basically for showing and performing different religious song activities. As David, he loves so much playing harps, bagana. One thing, this royal family and kings of what Ethiopia believe that they have just a root connection with the Israel kings of what David and Solomon. So King David, I think he is a well-known singer, and he will always thank God, by playing his harp, and in memorizing and commemorating that forefathers' activity. King David built this hall, theatrical or song hall, here in his palace when he was leading Ethiopia in his period. So now still it's under restoration, but this is the purpose. For example, come on. Inside there are some window-like structure, yeah? I don't know if, yeah, that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that are to symbolize or represent the four gospel writers, For example, Mark, John, Luke, and Matthew. So that's what it represented. That's what I'm saying. No. And the other thing, here we're coming into guys, what amazed me a lot, of course everything is very amazing and it's beyond my capability to speak about, but here in the medieval period these people built something amazing here for medical purpose, for medical treatment. You go that way, no problem. This one, it's a steam bath, my brother. This is to treat some skin disease, something like that. And these people were very amazing. Look at all the plants what you see here. Has a specific medical purpose, they can be used for some medical purpose. And so these are the plants that are very important for some medical purpose, And here is where our kings and queens used to treat their skin by just taking a steam bath, what you call it in the modern time sauna bath, So they have this steam bath, bro, to treat their skin. Let's show them closer. So all around what you see is for medical activity, and these are some of the medical types of what plants and indigenous plant species found only in Ethiopia.
That they were used that time.
That are used for treatment different diseases. So here you can read this one, Adiam Sagad Iyasus sauna bath. You see, this is a sauna bath currently in a modern language was a steam bath, bro. Let's show them close up. You can see the structure, the purpose, how it was designed to make it compatible for that function of what steam bathing. Look at those. Individuals can sit here. See? Like this.
ድምፁ ይሰማል?
Yeah, come, closer. Closer, come, bro. Come. Let's show them. Come. So, just give me a minute. So guys, this is the entrance for taking the steam bath. It's somewhat dark, but here is a room where someone can put off his clothes, after they keep that all things, they came here. And here is the room for taking the steam baths. Can be taken here. Look at, there are some outlets for the steam. And this is is luxury and amazing artwork. Salam. Yeah, salam. So this one, which you see, this all are made of what, some horns, but now it's not available right here. But someone can put his clothes when he just get into the steam bath. Salam. Bro, do you know this guy? He's Dr. Ababo, bro. He's a very amazing man. He studies a lot about history. Yeah, I just want to ask him something. Doctor. Salam. Just I'm trying to do video.
Alright.
So can I ask you something? You can share us about a little bit about this amazing historical city, Gonder.
Was this a short time?
Yeah, you don't have time, yeah?
Yeah.
But a little bit, something, an insight where you can just give us. Because I know history. I just heard your interview with Maaza Bro a lot about this city, and I even trying to listen that before I come to this spot, and I was very surprised when I see you here.
I don't know what I can say within this very short time.
Yeah, sure.
But one of the amazing,
Mm-hmm.
the most amazing and spectacular historical heritage that we have in Ethiopia is Gonder.
Gonder, exactly.
Not for its existing ruins, for its past glory.
It's past glory, yeah.
When we think of an urban area in Ethiopia, we imagine a few things. We can say Axum was a metropolitan for some time. Lalibela we don't know because we know the churches, but we don't know where the palace of the king was. But Axum, for a long time, it was lost, and then that urban structure is lost.
Okay.
But we have two truly urban heritage that have at least 400, 500, and in the case, in some case, 1,000 years. Harar and Gonder.
So these are the living
Living
spots.
witness of
Exactly.
And then when we say Gonder, it was not a political center, a cultural center, an intellectual center of the time, an artistic center, an economic center. So that's what I can say.
Thank you. I appreciate so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very lucky I met you here. Thank you. Guys, hello.
Hi,
How are you?
good.
You good? Welcome
you.
to Gonder.
Thank you very much.
Where you from, guys?
France.
You from France?
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's very interesting. How you get this palace?
Well, we are here today for work
Okay. Oh.
because we are taking care of the wayfinding and signage of the site. So
Oh.
we're visiting for the first time today.
Okay, it's your first time. So you're purposely here for this work.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of the work we're done in Paris. And now we need to visit and see for the next steps.
Okay. You mean like, are you helping Ethiopians or you're just taking experience for your work there?
Helping and collaborating with the Ethiopian team over here.
Oh,
Which
that's
we're
very
meeting
interesting.
them and they are elsewhere for another meeting, so we're on our own right now.
Oh, that's very interesting. Me, I am from Ethiopia and I haven't ever been abroad.
Okay.
So could you tell me that this kind of thing what another palace do you have seen?
Oh well, we're staying in Addis
Yeah.
right now,
Okay.
and
Like in Europe, is there this kind of thing?
something like this similar. It's kind of unique, to be honest. Yeah. It's very, very unique for sure.
It's unique, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very. It's beyond my thinking level. When I see this thing, I'm from Addis, and when I just, it
I'm
just.
sitting in the shade. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's very amazing, and I appreciate your great work. You are just doing something amazing for
Thank you.
Ethiopia.
Well, we try our best.
Yeah. That's because it's an amazing place. I think to teach the world that it's possible to do
Oh yeah,
anything.
yeah. The goal is to open internationally, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate. It's good, great to meet
Thank
you
you
guys.
very much.
Yeah.
Take care.
Stay blessed. Okay. Thank you. So this one, what you see, it's a hall for banquet, and it was built by Emperor Bakafa. You can see, and that's to park the horse. When the Zantime royal family or any officials come with horse, as horse was the best a main means of what transportation for at the time, they can park or stand their horses on those place. And so here inside you get a space or hall for eating foods, to serve foods together with the royal and kings. This is a banquet room. Look at the ceilings. It's amazing, bro. So Gonder is very amazing, to be honest. As you have heard, it's a site for education, intellectual center, music, art. You can observe everything here. So this one is the last palace built during the period of during the Gondarian period, and this one is built by Queen Mentuwa, an iconic woman who teaches and brings a cultural revolution in the history of Ethiopia. In Gonder, women's, by their ability of cooking foods, what you call it, like the road, the chicken, the well-known and famous food cuisine here in Ethiopia, and the beloved types of food, how to cook and make it was started and coming out from this area, and this was taught to the people by Queen Mentuwa. So she is a very amazing and wise queen, and she was the wife of King Bakafa. This one. Queen Mentuwa, she's also the one teach the people how to make the particular Gondarian dress, So this one, what you see, is called the Spiner's house. You see, this is, as it was a place for teaching women is how to make and decor dresses with different patterns of color, something like that. So this shows that one. You can see what's going on and takes place around. So these are, I think, the historians just doing some study. So at the same time, you can see the restoration takes place. This greenery thing is making ways for the tourists touring around, are just being made very briefly and in a very good manner. It's very interesting work. So that's what I love so much. And the enclosure has around 12 main gates, and these different gates represent the 12 apostles, So I told you everything, every sign, every symbol you see on the structures of this castle has its own meaning related to the Bible. So this is an amazing masterwork of the Gondarian period that tells a lot as a witness how Ethiopia was at its high peak civilization level in the medieval period. Yeah, that one, for example, the dome. There is such kinds of 12 gates all around the compounds of this royal enclosure or castle. So now you can see there are a lot of people here around. These are people working here for this restoration. This palace. So there are a lot of churches. For example, nearby there is a church called Saint Mary, the Holy Savior, what you call it, Adababa Jesus, and Jabit Mariam to mean Saint Mary, and here Saint Michael, Atatami Michael, we said it. So this was to show for the people that he is really restoring or bring back the first official religions of what the country called Orthodox Tawahedo. After he declared that, the people began to trust him and become the country more stable, and that was a standing point for him to build and found this amazing, magnificent palace here in Ethiopia that stays still as a witness that Africa has its own civilization even in the old time. That's very amazing, bro. And another thing I didn't show you here, you know, those royal families of Ethiopia, the kings, take lions as symbol for their government, you know. This is because lions are the boss, you know, the boss of the wild life or the wild animals. So in representing that these kings are, you know, powerful, or they are chosen by their god, or their power is something very divine, in representing that they just built here a lion cage. Currently it's removed for this restoration purpose, but what you see, that one was a cage for keeping the lions that are taken as symbol of what the royal family of Ethiopia. Man, the construction takes place right now in making the space, the ground is very interesting, you know, as much as possible restoring the old science is very important for keeping and maintaining history. Look how it's very magnificent. You know, all around the enclosure, I told you there are a lot of gates. There are 13 in number. Basically, the one is to represent Jesus Christ, and the remaining 12 are to represent the 12 apostles, you know. So each gate has a specific purpose for whom to get out and to get in. For example, the one I show you on the first of this video is called the gates of the king, and the gates of the judge called Wamberber in Amharic, and Qualiber is to mean, you know, the beautiful ladies and women get into the palace through the specific restricted entrance gate, and it's named as Qualiber, is to mean to decor and beautify the women. So those beautiful ladies come into the gate through that particular gate, and it's called Qualiber. And Adenagirber, you know, there is also a gate called Adenagirber. Adenagir means when there is some emergency or something like that happen, the king can use that as a means to get out of his palace, because it can confuse the people, you see. So they just do it in such a manner and construct this palace with such art of design. That's very amazing.